Like, I want to be a little bit more capable and not be that person that's like, oh, well, she can't lift that robot with me because, like, she's just weak. My name is Kirsten, I'm 34, I'm a user experience designer, and I've been doing CrossFit for 4 years. I grew up in Bluebell, which isn't far from here. I was never really an athletics student. I focused a lot on academics, and I also kind of discovered the computer through my dad, who was interested in desktop publishing and published a magazine. So that's really where I focused all my energy. Athletics and sports were never really in my repertoire. I'm also fairly uncoordinated, so it was kind of something I shied away from, and I was more into academics. So in high school, I was approached by my graphic design teacher. He had heard about the robotics team, which had just started at Wisconsin. I was a sophomore at the time. The team had just started the year before. And he thought it would be a really good opportunity for me to learn about 3D animation. And that's how I got involved with robotics. It turned into my first real team experience. Since I wasn't on a sports team, robotics was really that team for me. So that was a really good building point for me in my life. I feel like it helped form me into the leader that I am now, because fast forward, and I now find myself as the head coach of the robotics team. The team actually just celebrated its 20th anniversary. Because I missed that one first year, I'm only on my 19th. So I'm a little bitter about missing that first year, but I'm really glad that I've been able to continue this transformative experience and then help other students have the same experience that I did. So when I went to college, I went to the gym there maybe a handful of times because I was like, I should do something and be active. And I knew all the benefits of working out and being physically active, but I really found myself more enjoying travel and hiking. So that was really the only outlet I had for physical activity. Obviously, I'd walk around campus and stuff like that. I wasn't a potato couch junkie, but fitness and being athletic was never really in my purview. So after college, I kind of had to make a choice. I knew I wanted to come back home and be with my family and come back to this area because I really love it. I also had the robotics team that I was still mentoring from afar, so still keeping involved and helping the students, but being 6 hours away was a little bit of a struggle. So I knew I wanted to come back. I had a choice to either go into web design or TV production because I was always doing web design freelancing, so I knew that would also be an outlet for me. And at the time, in 2007, there were way more web jobs than there were TV jobs. So I went into that, moved back down here. Still wasn't really doing anything fitness related. The reason that I started CrossFit is actually really because I turned 30. There were two people at my work, my coworkers, who were doing CrossFit, and they kept talking about it all the time, which is what people always say, right? You can't do CrossFit and not tell everyone about it. But it's actually kind of true. When you're here, you're really enthusiastic about what you're doing, so you want to tell others, and it rubs off on other people. So these two people took me to my first class, and when I turned 30, I felt like I had to do something. So I was like, okay, I'll go and try it. And what I liked about it is that it's an hour, it's a scheduled time, I have to be there, or I'll let my coach down or myself, or I'm a person that if I say I'm gonna be somewhere, I don't wanna not be there, because it's important to me to be punctual and to not let people down. So even if it's just this little kind of fake thing, the prospect of letting down my class or not being there bothers me. So I like the time, I like having to be there, and I also like having a professional person tell me what to do. They understand how bodies work, they are doing all the programming, they're doing all the thinking, and I don't have to sit there and figure out for myself every day okay, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna do 20 presses and this, that, and the other thing, because I know what I would do. I would just keep doing the stuff that I like. But I want more than that, because I've always been the weakest person in a group. I've always been the person that can't lift that certain thing, or can't open that jar of spaghetti sauce, stupid stuff like that. And I just was kind of over it. I want to be a little bit more capable and not be that person that's like, oh, well, she can't lift that robot with me because like she's just weak. So that's another reason why I started to do all this, because I didn't want to be that person anymore. So by doing CrossFit has really helped me through a lot of facets in my life. While I'm at robotics, like we're always moving stuff around from different storage areas in the school. You know, we build robots that are 130 pounds that require 2 people to lift. We're always like emptying and loading our trailer to go to competitions. So I'm way more capable in that area now. I feel a lot stronger and a lot more confident in my abilities to do some stuff alone. But I also have started this kind of new passion in my life in the last few years, which is I'm getting really into cars and like working on my car. There's a group in Philadelphia that I've started that's basically like a club related to people that all own my specific type of car. So we get together and we do things, and some of those things are really physical. So like my car jack that I got for Christmas this year, I knew I needed it because I was tired of using the little like wimpy thing that comes with your car, because it takes forever, right? But this jack is so heavy. Like if I didn't know I had to get it from A to B and like I couldn't accomplish my goal without moving it, like I would never think I could lift something that heavy. And then my friends and I joke about this, but recently I've been able to put on my wheels by myself, which I hadn't been able to do before. I have a whole system now, but it was also like one of those things I always like had my friend do, or my husband. I'd be like, hey, can you like come out here and help me? Like I want to do this thing, but like I can't physically do it. But now I can, so that's really awesome. When people ask me about CrossFit, I basically tell them, you know, all the benefits and the things that I like about it, that, you know, it's only an hour out of your day, that it's a set time, and that the people there really know what they're doing, and you're like guaranteed to get an amazing workout. But aside from that, the community is really awesome, because you come to class, and even if a person's in your class that you've never seen before in your life, like they're like cheering you on. At the end of a class, if you're the last one to finish, like everyone's coming together and making you feel like you can do anything. And it's not like an awkward, like disingenuous thing either, because everyone's there for the same reason, which is to, you know, further their health and like get better at something. So even if you've never seen anyone before, you know, they're still being genuine when they want to cheer you on, which is really nice. I feel like there's a lot of misperceptions about it because there's a wide range of abilities, right? So what makes sense when you're like marketing a program is obviously like the great successes, right? So there's people that are super muscular and super amazing and super fast and all these things. And of course, you're gonna see those people probably pushed to the forefront of like CrossFit marketing. But like what they don't show you is that CrossFit's also just like regular people. And it's like grandmothers and like people that just had kids, and like it's young people too. Like it's all types of people coming together, and like you don't have to be this like crazy bodybuilding, like protein shake drinking, like, you know, keto whatever person to do it, because as long as you just have the goal of wanting to better yourself, then it's for you. And specifically with CrossFit Kanna, like that's why I like this gym in particular.